Ladies, gents, and everyone under the sun, welcome back to another episode of the Container Podcast, episode 19. With me, Jackie and Kyle, my co hosts, my friends. How are you doing?
Good, good. How are you doing?
Way behind schedule, but fine. What about you,
Yeah,
Jackie?
but no worries.
Yeah,
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 doing
yeah.
well.
I know. We shouldn't worry about any schedule or anything it's not like a train or something that we're missing. It's just some fun times.
Exactly.
Speaking of fun times, we're gonna talk about something you recommended last week, didn't you?
Yeah. I did recommend it.
You guys
I,
were very keen on that.
of course, I think it's a well. So for anybody that doesn't know, I recommended a show called Love, Death, and Robots, and it's a show that's on Netflix. And what's a bit special about this is that it's an 18 episode show, and they are shorts. So every one is different. So they vary from length. Some are 17 to 20 minutes, and some are even like 5 minutes. So it really depends from every episode. And it's different. It's all animated, but it's completely different art styles. It's not the same at every turn.
And
So
writers and production team, like everything changes.
exactly. So yeah, so I remember when I watched it the first time, it was new. It came on the online, and it said, "Oh, Love, Dead and Robot." I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" Right? So I clicked on it, and it's produced by David Fincher, which is one of my favorite directors for movies. Right?
Hmm.
So I was like, "All right, I'll give it a try." And then I watched the first one. I was like, okay, this is odd. And then I watched the second one, and then I binged the whole thing in one sitting. Well, it's only 3 hours long from beginning to end,
Yeah.
but still, I watched the whole thing in one sitting. And out of those 18 episodes, there was some that I loved. There was some that I dislike is a big word, right? There's none that I completely hated. Like, they were just like not really my taste, right? There was some of them. So I asked, I was talking to Jackie about it a while, maybe 2 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I just mentioned it, and next thing you know, he watched the whole thing in one day also.
Yeah.
I think we all had that experience. I watched it in a single sitting yesterday.
Uh,
Exactly. So that I think it speaks to itself. I know that Jackie, we didn't really talk about it. We just vaguely talked about it. If I can describe it as that. Like I asked him if he had enjoyed it, and he did. And same as me, there's some that he really liked, and some that he disliked. So I said to myself, I think this show can bring a lot of conversation. So I was excited to how you call it, to recommend it as a homework.
Yes, and I'm glad you did because I have a lot to say about it.
Okay.
all
So
right.
Where do we start? Because we watched the episodes in a different order from.
yeah. So what I'll do is I'm not gonna name the episode numbers, right? I'm just gonna say the name of the episode. If ever you guys took notes or something, you can. I'm sure Jackie, you went same order as me there, so you'll probably be one, two, three. But for you, it'll be maybe a bit mixed up, but I don't think it really matters because I don't think there's a I don't really think it matters from which episodes you watch. Well,
Yeah.
that's my opinion. We can maybe talk about it. Maybe you guys disagree about that.
A bit, but I think overall you are right. It's not a big deal, but I think it was, some episodes, especially the first one and the last one. I don't think they were there, by accident. I think there's a purpose of having the first one being the first and the last one being the last. But for the others, yeah, you're right. It doesn't really matter because
Episode
they're all in.
13 counts too.
I guess. What is episode 13?
Lucky 13.
Okay.
Oh.
I get your little joke there.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that. They should have put Lucky 13 as the 13th episode.
they
They didn't do it.
did, for me at least.
Yeah, well, it's just because you downloaded it didn't download it, but you just watched in the random order. Let's say it this way.
It wasn't random, it was in a predetermined list.
Yeah,
So,
right.
yeah.
But anyways, fair enough there. So I think we can start right away.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's get started.
Right. So the first one. So I also I think we're gonna go by each one, and I put them in like old tier lists. So S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier. But if ever you guys did like, oh, this was one of my favorites, or you actually put numbers to them, like this is my fourth favorite or whatever, I think we'll talk about it, and you'll say where it's situated in your, how you liked it. And if you didn't do that, it doesn't matter. Just say if you liked it or not. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So first one, 3 robots. Who wants to go first for that?
I mean, I can go.
Go ahead.
I wrote some notes. I wrote as the episode went on, so you have my chronological thoughts. Post apocalypse. The basketball is called the entertainment sphere by these robots that are experiencing human relics for the first time. Lots of criticism about the point of everything, including life itself. Predicts that humanity's fall won't be nuclear warfare, but climate change due to human hubris. And for the final rating, I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed that episode.
Sorry, how much out of 10?
8.5.
No, that's pretty. Yeah, that's very good. So that's it for your notes.
That's all of my notes. I can bounce back on you guys' notes maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Jackie.
All right. So yeah, a bit like you, like I like the perspective of the robots on our everyday life and how they question our behaviors and decision. Because it's a fun way to realize how much of what we are is not absolute, but rather constructed, and how we build our own society. These things are not found in nature. It's just concepts that we have developed ourselves. And there's a great sense of humor. It doesn't always hit home, but it's funny at times. What did I write else? The whole episode has this light, relaxed vibe that reminded me of exploration areas of the Last of Us. That's right. I remember some of the the scenes. I was like, oh, this looks a bit like
I didn't
some
want to say it,
some
man. The
some
first,
frames from
the opening shot, I
Yeah.
recognized some of the environments. Yeah.
Yeah, because of you see all these vegetation in the buildings and everywhere. So that's why
They
it looked like
copied it.
yeah.
They copied
Ah,
a
well.
masterpiece. But
Every
that's
post-apocalyptic is a copy. The setting is cursed.
everybody copied The Last of Us.
Yup. But we know the originator, though. We know who came
God,
first.
no.
The
See,
superior work of art.
we'll
Oh
save that
boy.
yet again for another episode.
Bro, that episode is so hyped up. People are gonna starve for that episode.
Yeah,
They're gonna
because
be on the edge of their seats.
oh yeah,
Drooling.
because I'll repeat it today. There's going to be a Last of Us podcast, so be sure to tune in for that one because it's gonna get messy.
It's gonna get messy,
The mud.
and of course, there's gonna be a Breath of the Wild.
It might be even messier.
Ooh.
Yeah,
We'll see.
we're gonna have to put our little boxing gloves.
Yeah. So yeah,
Uh,
just to wrap it up on Three Robots, I think, like I said before, that it was they did it on purpose to put this episode at first because it gives out the general vibe of the whole series. There's humor, there is a bit of critical thinking about the society, and there's the robots and everything. So I think it was a good decision to put it as the first episode. It really kept it really got my interest for watching the whole show afterwards. Even though it's not related, but I was like, okay, if some of the next episodes are like this one, it's going to be interesting.
This was my second episode, and I'm kind of sad it wasn't the first. But at the same time, it kind of saved the the show. So we'll
what
talk
would your
about the first
what?
episode after. My first
Okay,
episode
okay.
after.
I don't want to know. I'll know. I'll know later on.
Yeah, you said it, but yeah,
I forgot
go.
about which one it was, but anyways. Yeah. So for me, I put Three Robots A tier. Uh, I
Respectable.
so for me, yet again, same as Jackie, it was the first episode, and the thing about the cats at the end, it was cheeky. It was not my favorite part, right? I found it was just like a little haha, right? But I really liked when they're with the old Xbox or stuff like that, and
Yeah.
like they're roasting each other. I really like that, and roasting humans the whole way. I I found that quite funny.
Yeah,
Uh,
it might be your ancestor that Xbot won,
yeah,
and he's like 4,000 the
yeah,
iteration, and then he's like, yeah, what's your ancestor? And then he's like, my ancestry is from a line of baby monitors. Then they're like, yeah, I think you kind of failed your job there. There's no more humans. It was pretty good.
well, so again, enjoyable first one, and I think again, like I said, I think it's A tier. I think even if it's just I enjoyed it, I think it was in the best ones,
Yeah,
best episode.
Yeah,
same. In terms of scoring, it's one of the highest marking episodes.
yeah, I agree with the A tier marking also. I would have put it in the A tier also.
Do you have an S tier above?
Yeah,
Yes,
yes, yeah,
yes, yes,
yeah.
yes.
Okay,
I have a couple in the S tiers.
good.
All right, so I think we can go to the next one.
Which is.
Beyond Beyond the Aquila Rift.
Oh, that was your second episode.
Yeah. Which one? So which one? Yours was where? Beyond the
Beyond
Aquila Rift?
was episode 7 to me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So I can go first.
Go ahead.
So for me, it's also an A tier.
Ooh.
Uh, yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. I remember the first time I watched it. Uh, I think I really because I watched this. This is my second viewing of the whole thing. My second viewing, I liked it a bit less than my first viewing. If my first viewing, I would have put it S tier. I really liked the animation. I found it was amazing. Right? It
Mhm.
was just like it looked. We'll come back to another one later on there, but it looked so. I found it looked very impressive, and the plot reveal there. I, the first time I watched it, I was baffled. I was like, "Oh shit!" Right? And
Oh.
at the end with the big ass monster, you can't help but your skin crawls a bit because you fucked her, well, like mentally, and it's just like,
Oh,
oh, you get little shivers, right? Just thinking about that nasty ass little monster. Like you couldn't draw or you couldn't animate an uglier fucking monster than that. So yeah. So again, I enjoyed it, and I put an A tier again.
wow. Go ahead, Jackie.
So well, as you know, I'm not a big fan of false realities of any kind in this story, but this one was not too bad. I have to admit. I think it's because it's short. I don't feel like
You
my time was robbed.
wasted.
Yeah, because it's a fantasy story inside a fantasy story. So uh, there's a lot to say about this story. So what I understand, from the events is like the guy's on the ship with his comrades and they're heading to the accelerator, but um, it's supposed to, to shoot their spaceship to an initial destination. And so one of the crew members miscalculates the coordinates and they crash on an alien populated planet. So this is what I understand, and only the protagonist survives and an alien interacts with him, and what we see during the part after the acceleration is a false reality created by the alien.
A dream sequence, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's, well, is it a dream sequence or it's like something created by the alien,
No, no, it's
something
in,
like
it's in his head.
yeah.
okay.
It's just a dream. Your favorite words in the movie.
That
Yeah,
was just a dream, just a dream.
yeah, but to me it was, it's like the alien was feeding him some images to its subconscious, and the body is not, the body is interacting, but the subconscious is seeing something else. Anyway, so
Oh, I see what you mean. You thought that he was physically involved, made those steps, moved
yeah,
around. No, no, no.
Oh no, no.
He
I think it.
was he
Yeah.
was laying down, imagining all that. It was a dream.
okay, okay, I see. Oh well.
Does that affect it to go even lower?
I think it
Yes.
does.
Yeah, 'cause I thought there was some involvement from the aliens, but since they haven't done anything, they weren't even able. It was just a dream from his own imagination. I think
No,
it's
no,
it's
no.
far.
Oh, no,
They
no, no, no.
influence the dream, if you see what I mean. They
They like,
create the
yeah.
dream in his mind, but the
Okay, they
physical
created.
body, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
the physical
okay.
body is laying down, doing nothing.
Oh, okay. So okay, no problem. Then okay, it remains the same. It's not that bad.
Okay, okay.
You mentioned the animation. I think the animation looked good, but there was some, there was some voice over animation that were weird sometimes, because the
Yeah,
lips
true that.
moving on the facial expressions were without emotion. And I think there was like one scene when one of the crew members, she feels weak and she has to go back inside the machine where they
Mm-hmm.
sleep. When she's falling, it I don't know, the animation just looked unnatural. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I noted from that episode.
you
Yeah.
felt the uncanny valley.
I felt the what?
Uncanny valley.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is, yeah, yeah, just it seems just odd, right? It's like because it looks like a human, kind of, but
Hmm.
it's still they do things just slightly different enough that it's uncanny. It's weird.
Yeah, maybe it's intentional. I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I think they were trying to go for realism, like 100%, and
Hmm.
it's just again with animation, sometimes you either, I don't know, budget cuts, or just not the technology is not there. I don't know. Sometimes it could seem a bit weird, especially when you're going for almost photorealism.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
see.
To me, right, from what I wrote, remember it's chronological and it's after 6 episodes. Uh, I said that Greta is responsible for that course deviation. That's what I thought at first. I cannot believe how much obscenity is in this series. That's the second comment. In the future, human beings will hate clothes. Fourth comment, blissful ignorance or horrifying reality. And looking like a devil may cry ant demon monster, lol. And I like the themes and execution. CGI was very good. 7 out of 10.
Fair enough.
7 out of 10. Yeah, that's not bad.
Well, how much would you put it, Jackie?
Um, I would put it like, for me it would be like B tier.
Okay.
So like close like between a 3 and a 3.5 out of 5. So what's it? It's like 6 or 7. So
Yeah.
same
Okay.
mark.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. And one question I think that, you know, when you watch that is, what would you do? Would you just go back to bed, or like say erase my mind and just make it more believable? I don't know. And just make me dream, or would you like try to kill yourself?
It's very difficult. To me, I would have to live it to be able to say. But from what I know now, right? I think I would kill myself.
Yeah, you would say ciao bye.
Like I would refuse to get fed that 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 false reality, and I would either do a hunger strike until I die or something, bro.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's
I'm
um,
very surprised by that answer from you, but
I would try my hardest to escape, and if I die doing that, well, it's the end.
yeah, I mean you're pretty stuck on that planet. You
That's
cannot
what I
really escape.
say. I would kill
Yeah.
myself because it falls back into that, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I get it. I get it. I would just take the dream because she looked hot. Not gonna lie.
yeah. I was gonna say that.
Keep that in mind.
But I would like for her to take my shit out. Like I wouldn't want it at all. That is how you call it. That I remember that she's a fucking disgusting shit.
Yeah, yeah. Just wipe the memory and restart the simulation.
Exactly. But I'd be, if somebody'd say here's a bullet. I don't know if I would automatically say no. Like I won't take it. Maybe you're like, you know what? Maybe it's time for me to end end this shit.
I mean, for somebody with the upcoming themes that are waiting for us in the next episodes, I'm kind of surprised you would choose to not live in that simulation.
Oh, no, no, no. I would. I think that would be my first one, right? But I see your point of going, like, I'm really 50-50. In one point I'm like, if she can completely fool me, go ahead, right?
Yeah,
But cuz I wouldn't want to be aware that she's a fucking nasty shit.
yeah. Every couple of rounds of simulation, you would be aware.
Yeah, you see, I don't like that that thinking. I'm a bit like, like, but yeah, not. Is you guys have anything else to add for that?
What
That
tier?
one?
What tier did you put it?
A tier,
Okay, okay,
A tier, but it's on the lower end. You
okay.
know
I
what I
see,
mean?
I
Like
see. The tier
I
is ordered.
I would be hesitating between. I almost put it at B,
Yeah.
and
Is
I
it the
think it's
last of A tier for you?
no. I have a one more
Okay, okay.
in my A tier.
Let's go. Next episode.
So next one is Ice Age.
Ooh.
So the one where they open the fridge, it's the only one with actual human actors. So
Yeah,
no animation. Well, there is animation, but it's not
that was episode 16 for me.
16. Okay, so
I
it
was,
was in your last one.
yeah, my comments. Real actors? Eddie Brock from Spider Man 3? And then I said they should have put this line in. Ha ha ha, you look like a fireman from Chernobyl. Such a missed opportunity. Having two people from the present having an accelerated look at the progress of humanity is funny. Optimism in the fate of mankind, 6 out of 10.
Okay. How about you, Jackie?
Uh, I have to say that from all the episodes, this is like my least favorite one. It's the one at the bottom, E tier. Uh,
Ooh.
I really didn't like it. Well, no, it's too strong to say it like that. I didn't find any enjoyment from it. I looked at it, was like, all right, and then I skipped to the next one, and I don't have a lot to say. Like, I get the moral of it all and the message behind the story, but I just didn't enjoy the episode. I don't know if it's because there was like real actors interacting with the animation, but even the animation was stiff a bit, and now that you mentioned the episode, I don't remember a lot about it, so it really didn't leave a mark on me. It was meh, just not
Yeah,
strong, not
I
strong
get
enough.
it. I get it.
Okay, okay.
I
Yeah.
can understand. So me, I put it in my D tier. So again, I had the first time I watched it, I actually liked it. The second time I watched it, I found I just I it was an interesting concept, but it ended there. I didn't really even like the jokes that were I like I thought that it was like the worst jokes from the whole series. Like it didn't land. It was just like, oh, okay, you're not. It wasn't funny, right? And I think it was a good thing it was short because I don't know. It was just again, it was just like like at the end of the day, it was forgettable. I found it a bit cool here and there, but again, I think even honestly, if they would have put animated people looking at it, I think it would have been more interesting. I don't know why, but I think it's so out of the blue. Oh, there's human actors. Like what the hell? I find it doesn't fit in the show.
Yeah.
I think you guys
So yeah.
are a little bit harsh, but it's okay.
But I put it in my D tier because there's one that I dislike more, right?
So
Uh,
really?
yeah,
So wait, do you have like an E tier and F tier, or
no, no, D tier is my, but there's one that I really didn't like,
okay?
and we'll talk about it in a bit there, but yeah, but again, I it was okay, nothing more, but all there's none that except for one that I really don't like there, but all of them they're not bad, like overly bad, right? There's some that I found they're just not that interesting. That's all. There's none that I was like, fuck, you offended me, you wasted my time. I guess because it's also short stories, right? You don't have time to feel like that. It's like, okay, next one.
Yeah, yeah.
Just so you know, I have a lot more that are below that episode, so
All right, fair enough.
strap in.
Okay, next one. Sony's Edge.
Oh my god. Who wants to talk
So,
about it?
just a little synopsis. A girl that um, she got attacked and stuff like that, and she fights with these big monsters where she connects her brain, and you see the first fight. She's been asked to throw her match. She says no, and after winning, she gets attacked. And there's a little twist that maybe you guys might want to talk about at the end also. So let's start with you, Jackie. Did you enjoy this one? What's your
Yeah, yeah. Well, when it started, I was like, okay, they're asking her to throw the game, and she's like, no. And the fight scene was a bit long, but whatever. So at first, I didn't really enjoy it, but as the story progressed, I liked it more, and the twist that you mentioned at the end, I think yeah we can go ahead and speak about it. Um, I really liked it. I thought it carried a good message, and it was well set up, and because they have a short time for the whole episode, so it's even a shorter time to to give a setup, to rise to the climax, and then have the ending. So I think it was well done, and I don't know, I overall enjoyed it a lot. It's in my B tier. It's not like one of the best, but it's not one of the worst.
Yeah.
So
Same for me. It's my B tier.
see,
It's
yeah,
I liked it. You see, you know that I do like some cool fights and stuff, and I like the fight. I found it interesting, and again, I like the reveal at the end. You know the, oh no, she's actually the monster. You're like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. So yeah, uh, again, enjoyed it. Enjoyed the fight scene. The animations were pretty damn cool, to be honest. And
yeah,
even the characters, even the ones the that she's not no not Sony there, the other ones there, I found they were all cool. Even the old guy, the one who has to throw. I liked his style. I liked that it was like quote unquote real, but they had this like almost like, I don't know if you guys played like Dishonor. I find they have the same like character faces, not the same
yeah, yeah.
animations there, but so
That's
I enjoyed it.
my that was my first episode.
Oh, okay. Did
First impressions. Weirdest anime art style I've ever seen. Straight out of a video game. Gladiator Battle of the Future. Surprise, motherfucker gets a +1 in the score. Disgustingly gore. I was about to rage quit, but intelligent 5-second skips saved the whole episode for me. Transhumanism plus capitalism plus the fear of death. I like that equation. So 6 out of 10.
All
okay.
right.
So wait, when were you skipping? When they were fighting?
Nah, the fight I was about to skip. It really, the 3D animation and all. I don't know, man. Like we're gonna talk about the 2D episodes, but didn't really work for me. But
Fair enough. Fair enough.
no, it was that those obscene scenes, man. I couldn't. I was like, bro, what am I watching? Now I understand why they were like, don't watch it with your parents.
Yeah,
Nice.
maybe if it would have been not the first episode, you would have been introduced in a different way to the show, right?
I
So
was like,
like,
bro, okay, you can give us like 5 seconds, but it was dragging for way too long. I was like, what am I watching? Are we watching
That was
hentai? Are we
that
watching
was fine.
hentai?
That
I
was fine.
was like,
Oh, well,
bro, I mean, I didn't sign up for that, so that's why I was kind of unsettled. But when you sign up for that, you will know what to expect. That's the thing.
fair enough, huh? It's a valid complaint that's one thing is that there's a couple episodes. A lot of people online, I read that they didn't enjoy that there was that much nudity or explicit scenes or stuff that a lot of people said that it wasn't needed
It
in a lot of them.
added nothing for me.
I think it could be, yeah, fair enough. I don't
Just
think it.
like Jackie
I
would say for the fight.
Fair enough. I again, I didn't mind it because again, if it was a movie, right? I think I let stuff slide more
Yeah.
because it's short. Because it's just like, oh, okay, it's 20 minutes and you're done, right? Maybe you know, I think this episode would have been a bit better if fight was a bit like less long in some points there, like maybe even the setup in the beginning, like them for connecting their brains and stuff,
Yeah.
and maybe the explicit scenes maybe a touch, but even that, for me, it was personally, I didn't I didn't mind it, but I get the criticism.
So yeah, just so you know, it's a 5 out of 10, but since it had that meme included into it that I love, 6 out of 10.
All right. So we'll go to the next one. If ever Jackie you want to butt in, go right ahead there. But
I that dude, how he's ranking movies, shorts, whatever. It's always funny to me.
okay, so next one. Uh, I actually want to start to talk about it. I think this one is in my S tier.
Ooh, which one? Which one?
It's when the yogurt took over.
Yes! Let's go!
Yes.
I think it's one of the most brilliant 5-minute short stories that I've seen. It's so concise. It tells everything it needs to in 5 minutes. The animation I find is hilarious. It gives a nice portrait of the world of AI and being sentient and stuff like that. I really liked it.
Mm, Yeah, I completely agree with you. It's also in my S tier. Um, it was masterfully executed for the short amount of time that they had. 10 seconds in, I was already laughing because the jokes are pretty good, and it's simple but effective humor. And as you said, there's a great message in the end, and it tells what it has to tell very efficiently. So yeah, short and sweet. It's a perfect example of that.
That was my 6th episode. And as you know, my notes are chronological, so remember what Jackie said. Started with LMAO! What the heck is this? Hilarious way of talking about the advent of AI's ultimate form and its relationship with humanity. Great episode about mankind. A 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we
I think we
get
all
it.
agree there with that. There, I think it's was and I think it was my favorite. Yeah, favorite episode until till then. There, I still have one that I prefer, but we'll talk about it later on there. But it's close. It's close to my top one there.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay. All right, next one.
Next one, the Secret War, the Russians.
Ooh.
How about you, Jackie? You can maybe talk about it.
Yeah, all right. So I didn't like it. The animation was well done. It reminded me of some Battlefield 1 and 5. But
Mm-hmm.
I didn't find any interest in the plot. It felt like there was nothing to tell with the episode. It's technically beautiful, but I find that the character lack purpose and emotion. It's just ongoing events. There's no evolution in the fight between the humans and the ghouls, and the origin story. I don't really care about it. So it was a bit a stiff episode for me, and it's like in my D tier. So that's um that's all I have to say about this one.
Hey.
Oh
Now,
my
what do you think
god.
about that?
I have to come in and counterbalance that.
Go
All
ahead.
right,
Go ahead.
come
So
on.
chronological KGB invoking demons. The Red Army needs to rid the world of this problem, and I shed a tear for all my fallen comrades. 9 out of 10. It was
Ah,
amazing.
bruh. How?
Uh,
It was amazing.
So
Uh,
I'll say me. It's in my B tier. I'm in the middle with you guys. I don't get how you hated it. I think it was animation wise. I think it's one of the most like for in the how you call it photorealism. I think it's one of the best ones. I think I love the ambiance of it. I don't know how to explain it. Like I like that you didn't know what the hell was going on. They kept you in the dark for so long. What
Hmm.
those creatures are. You walk to that village that's decimated, and you're like, what the fuck is happening, right? And you're like, you know that there's something like bad that's going on, but you don't know exactly what's happening. And I liked when he starts playing the music. I found that was kind of chilling a bit, like and I really liked that Mongolian character.
Yeah.
I found that it was super interesting because it's rare that you have like Russian.
And you met Mongol character because Mongolian is something else.
Yes, Mongolian. Sorry, I don't know what I said, but yes,
No, no, no.
Mongolian.
You said Mongolian and you meant Mongol.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, Mongol. And yeah, but what's rare about it is like when you think of Russia, you think of those Slavic, jumpsuit guys or drinking vodka and everything. But Russia is actually super, super diverse. They have hundreds of cultures in there, especially like in Asia,
Balkans.
Siberia,
And
and
yeah,
everything
yeah.
in Balkans, exactly. You have whole communities that don't even speak Russian, right? That live in Russia. So yeah, I found it was a nice little nod that yeah, the, those people are still Russian and they served in the army, and it's not just Ivan and shit serving, right? So I really enjoyed that aspect of it, and it was badass, when he takes that last stand there and says
Oh,
"fuck you" there. I liked it. I really liked it.
that was episode 18 for me, the very last.
Oh, okay, okay,
Ended on a great note.
that's good. That's good. Well, I'm glad that we're right and Jackie's wrong, like always, but such is life, huh?
Some
Yo,
things never
keep telling that
change.
you're. Oh man, with your bullshit. There's nothing to tell with that story. I don't know what you guys liked about it. It just feels empty. It's just
There is
you
nothing
know.
to tell. Nah, man. You just don't like the way it's told. You can say that.
Nah, man, it's not that I don't like the way it's told, because it just felt empty. Because you okay, what do you find amazing about it? Because you're like, it's amazing. What is amazing about this story? It's
Parent child relationship, individual and collective, nationalism. What else?
ah
Camaraderie and politics. They're fighting a battle that they had no relationship with. It's a secret war, right? And they need to
hmm
put their lives on the line for the faults of a select few, but they still do it.
yeah, fighting the goals. That all right.
But
Go on to the next. Oh.
again, uh, Jackie always sometimes a bit wrong on stuff, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. Okay, next one. Sucker of Souls.
Oh,
So a little cat, a little Dracula involved. Let's.
Yes.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I had a great time. I laughed a lot. It's one of those funny episodes, like to me. That it's just like as soon as the gore violence gets over the top, it becomes just comedic.
of
At first
course, it's
I
a
thought maybe
funny episode for you. Of
yeah,
course.
yeah. There's many moments, but I really like that moment where he's like, run, and the dude is already running and getting the fuck out. Um, the characters are well presented. The voice acting is great. The writing is good. You get a sense of who is who really quickly. Like you have this nerdy character, you have the professor, you have like the the not so smart, the not so academic smart dude with the weapons, and I don't know. It was good characters, a good setup. The ending felt a bit unfinished, a bit like um Three Robots there.
Hmm.
But the atmosphere and the humor were very good. So yeah, I really enjoyed that episode. It's on my A tier.
Wow.
Wow,
Okay. For
I
me,
didn't expect that from you.
For me, I
Oh, really?
said 2D animation, let's go. They really killed the kid like that. Like the legend said, and maybe, like the legend said, and made a spectacle out of it. I
Yeah.
appreciate the animation. These puns are really hit or miss. Because, those pussy puns, I was not about that. But there were other puns, I was 100% about that. They really made the cat's mate in front of our eyes.
Yeah.
A long lasting why, like why with like 1,000 of whys. Bad ending, not surprised, to be honest. So it's a 7 out of 10 for me.
So I put it in my B tier. I think it was, again, I like the animation. I found it was funny. However, I, when I finished the show for the first time and I saw, because I saw trailer 2 come out, and that's when I had the idea to talk about it. I did not. I didn't even remember that episode existed, right? So that's why it's on my B tier, because I find it didn't have any lasting impact. It was a funny episode, but it stops there. I don't think there's anything profound or anything like that about it. So it was good. I enjoyed it, but it stops there. You know.
It's part of the list of few episodes. There aren't too many that are so surface level. I was disappointed. But not everything needs to be deep. I get it. So, and maybe I'm too dumb to see what it's trying to tell.
I mean, you kind of right. It doesn't tell like a big story, but it's just it's good characters with a good setup, and sometimes it's enough. Like you said, you don't have to to have these deep stories for each one of those episodes.
Yeah. Did we go around or?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I think we did there. I don't think there was much to talk about. Well, I mean, like lessons and stuff like that in
Yeah.
life.
Episode 5
Mm.
for me. That was Sucker of Souls.
All right, next
Mm.
one, The Witness.
Ooh, just like the video game. That's one of the comments I wrote.
I don't know if it's me or you guys who cut. I didn't hear what.
Yeah,
what
I said just like the video game. The Witness.
Yeah.
Did
I
you
don't
hear
know.
it?
I don't
Yeah, no,
know.
it's like a one person puzzle solving
Oh yeah, yeah,
game,
yeah,
right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
I never
so
played it, but
so I want to go first. I said the animation looks pristine. The environments look real. It's a weird ass world. And I put in quotation marks, y'all need Jesus. And then a horror show. That's worse than I could imagine. They're going to pay for this. And I was talking about you guys. What a waste of talent in CGI, camera work, and art. I don't want to watch this
Oof,
anymore.
oof,
Places have been reversed between the start and the end. 4 out of 10. The art is the saving grace.
oof.
It was superb, not gonna lie.
I'm gonna go next. This is a S tier for me. I think it's one of the best. I think it's my number 3. I found the art style was the best of the whole show. I think it was um, phenomenal art style, and that's the art style that was just before the uh, the one from Spider-Man there,
What do
the
you mean?
Spider Verse, into the Spider Verse.
Yeah?
It was the same kind of animation,
I don't think
and
so.
yeah, they talked about it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's the same people.
In
It's the
the in
same
terms
people
of
that
like
did
rendering with an alternate frame rate and all.
exactly,
Yeah, yeah.
and
No, what I meant by different is that I think they kind of filmed it for real and then
uh,
superimposed CG.
oh maybe, yeah,
because it
maybe that
felt
is,
very, very real in
yeah,
terms of movements, right? But yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna let you continue.
But no, exactly that. There's. I think I loved the ending. I even loved when they're in the club and stuff. It was just so fucking. I I do like stuff that are a bit odd and weird sometimes. You know, like just it was completely random. I don't think maybe somebody can come and tell me that there was a meaning to the story or whatever, and could be, but I don't give a shit about that. I loved the animation, and I loved the the ending, the little twists and stuff like that. The when she's in a cab and she thinks she's got away, and then you see the other cab pull up and you see the guy and you're like, oh, fuck, and you're so stressed and everything, and then you go in the club and it's so goddamn weird, and it's just like, okay, you're like, okay, this is kind of weird, when the guy opens the door and everything, and then there's gimps and stuff, and it's just, I don't know, I found it great. And then when she runs, and then when you have that like reveal where you see like they switch places, and it's a repeat and stuff like that, I was like, damn, I enjoyed that 100%.
I might add maybe one of the sense you could make out of this story is that at the very first couple of frames, when you see the horrible acts that are being perpetrated by the guy from the eyes of the girl, you are very quick to judge what's going on, right?
Through that.
And then once you see what happened in the end, and then you see her realize she's being watched, you're like, damn, maybe I was too quick to judge of the
Yeah,
situation and of what was going on.
through that. But I will say that if you see somebody with blood on their face and they just look like they murdered someone, I'd be scared shitless too. But I get what you mean. But I
Yeah,
get
I
what
think
you mean.
it's a nice touch also that they have similar faces. There are only like two main faces in this whole episode. You see that like there's the girl and the guy chasing her, and I like that it's reversed once we are at the end. It's like the guy watching, with the same face watching her from the other apartment. I think it was a nice touch. Yeah, I agree with you, Momo. I think this is what they're trying to show us with that episode. It's a it's a simple story, but it's just well executed and it does the job. There's a great show don't tell,
Mhm.
and a good final message. So yeah, I really enjoyed that episode. But my highest praise goes to the beautiful animation and also the great directing and the cinematography. I just find that you know the shots during the pursuit are shown in a stunning way, and some of them are so beautiful that I had to just pause the episode and just look at the frames. They were so beautiful. There were so much details and colors, and at one point he runs towards her, and there's like a shift in his appearance. He looks like a kind of monster trying to grab her. So all these details um, going, shown to us so fast was amazing. I really liked that episode. It's not my favorite one, but it's very, very close because everything was well done and well presented. And just there is no camera, but you understand what I mean when I say like the placement of the camera
There
in
is
some
camera
shots.
work.
Yeah,
It's a
there's
virtual camera, but there is camera
yes,
work. Yeah.
yeah. So it like the virtual camera where it was placed uh, you know great. It gave out great shots. Like I think about this one when it's placed in the stairs, so you can see the bottom of the stairs and the upper floor,
Yeah.
and she talks with the dude in front of the I don't know what's it called, like the strip club, and you can see him arrive from the bottom of the stairs and just um, lean on the wall and pause for a bit before going
Yeah,
up. So many shots like that. I really enjoyed it.
Different lenses, different, like you said, it was a genius storyboarding to me first. They had to like map it out how they are going
Mm-hmm.
to shoot every scene and everything. And the end product was also amazing. Like the execution was superb.
Yeah. All right.
That's why it gets a
So
4 out of 10 from me. No,
so
that's
okay.
not the reason. You guys know why I gave it 4 out of 10.
Yeah, I get it.
Y'all need Jesus. Y'all need Jesus for real.
Alright, I think we can go to the next one.
That was episode 3 for me. Imagine, I was like, bro, what the hell did I get
Uh,
into?
I get it. I get it. So you started with Sony's Edge, and then you have you have this one. I get it. I get it. All right. Next one. Suits.
Oh, who wants to go first?
Well, I think Jackie said he's gonna be right back. So
It's gonna be
whenever
you.
you, sure, I'll go. So first time I watched it, I was not that I didn't like it. I just found it was like just it was okay. Nothing special of it. But when I rewatched it, I actually put it in my B tier. I
Okay,
found that it was enjoyable. I don't think it was overly bad. I don't think it was very simplistic. The story wasn't that pushed or whatever. But I enjoy a little sacrifice your life and everything to help your people out and when the wife comes at the end and the guy explodes himself and stuff like that. So it's good good time. Like I said, I just think that when I rewatched it, I was in my mind it was the worst one, but I I realized that it was good. I liked it.
I bet that this one Jackie will say is close to 0.
No, it's not close to zero, but it's not one of my favorite ones. It's a cute story, well established conflict and good characters, but I don't know. It just felt a bit empty. Um,
Yeah,
you know,
that's fine.
like the
That's
animation, it looked a bit like Fortnite like to my taste. And oh, I just remember something. It was like for some scenes there was some low frame rate, and it really like disturbed me.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know if it's low frame rate, but it looks very stiff. It
yeah,
looks like
yeah.
almost PowerPoint, like PowerPoint. It's not like a bad episode, but it's just it's not one of my best. It's
yeah,
like it's my C
agree.
tier.
You know the frame rate part of 3D animation is always very difficult to like
Yeah, I
judge
get it.
good. Like, do we do it at 60 FPS even though everybody is used to see 24 frames per second? Do we do it at 24? Do we do it at 12? Like anime, what do we do, right? Like it's kind of hard for them to choose, and you might have gotten used to one like frame rate, and then
Hmm.
because it alternates, even like in a Miyazaki movie or Akira that we talked about very long about the technical marvel of hand-drawn frames and all. Um, it's not frame per frame all the way. Like the
Hmm.
destruction sequence is frame per frame, new frames every time. But sometimes they stay on the same frame for 2 frames, for 3 frames, and then move on to the next, you see? So they might have done a change like that that was very jarring to your eye. That might be it.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
For me, Suits began on a Michelangelo versus Da Vinci that I thought was hilarious. And then I said that the southern accent is awesome, and don't let Kyle tell you otherwise. Robots, lots of them. Farmers defending their territory from illegal aliens. Old lady with a cigar said, "Just the 3 of us? At least I'll die young and beautiful." My girl. Explosions are absolutely gorgeous in this art style. Superb monster design, the kind of death the Last of Us fans wanted Joel to have. And of course, it was a colony on another planet. We fucked up on Earth in that universe too. 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
that's
I think we're except for the jolting there, but if not, I think we pretty much all agree on
Yo,
the
Toa is in the chat on Twitch and he says Southern accents are the way. They make my heart go doki doki disu disu. Y'all.
bro. Oh God. I don't know. I think we've been programmed to hate Southern accents since we've played that horrible game Devil May Cry.
Oh
I think
my
it all comes down
god.
to that.
I can't
You know what the
believe he's still on that. When are you going to quit smoking that dangerous crack?
keep playing that fake platforming.
It's
oh
not platforming, it's an action game.
Oh really? I didn't see any much more action.
Oh, you suck that badly, bro. You couldn't do shit. No.
I thought it was a third-person shooter.
I saw you shoot that gun, bro. It
It was the only enjoyable part.
it pained me.
All right, next one. Let's go.
all right. So next one is good hunting.
Oh.
Amen.
So why don't you guys go first?
All right. Let's just start with that. The art style was beautiful. One of my favorite one.
I knew you'd like it.
The animation is almost flawless also. So there's a lot of details in each frames, especially the ones with the what's it called, the automated robots, the automate. I don't
Automata.
remember.
Yeah, Automata.
Automata. There you go. Um, the story takes its time establishing its theme and characters, so you understand the motives of the personality traits of everyone. It's a good story with an important the technology, and also about the treatment of women. So it was, everything was there. All the ingredients were there to give out a great episode. It's in my A tier list. I really liked it.
What did you think of the resolution? Because I thought you would be not too pleased with that.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of revenge and all this stuff, but some people have it coming. So
Hey, I
we can
can't wait
see.
for my review, man.
I go ahead.
I said 2D animation again. Of course, we get action scenes that are dynamic. Traditions versus modernizations. English influence in China. I like that steampunk vibe. Revenge story, huh? Brings back the magic with technology to punish rapists. 7 out of 10.
Ah, see, 7. All right. I really thought that this one was going to be one of your favorite one because the animation was very nice, and I thought that you would enjoy the themes and all.
It was really good, but it had a little bit too much nudity for me.
Oh God, will you drop it? Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
God damn, you see a breast here and there. It's not going to kill you. I swear to God.
It wasn't just that, bro. I got really, really uncomfortable at one scene in particular.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, it doesn't get hard when it's not robots. What do you want him to do?
That
It's not
was
his fault.
disgusting, man. I couldn't believe I was watching something that was like saying that to me
Ah man.
as a spectator like that. I was like, oh, no, no.
I mean, you see a dick here and there. You see a breast here and there.
I
It's
didn't
not the end of
come
the world.
here for that. You see what I mean?
Man, it's not what you come here for. It's just there. Just just look at it. It's not going to kill you. It's not the end of the world.
I want to see those things when I sign up for it, if you see what I mean.
No, I don't know. That sounds legal.
Okay, Kyle, what about
Yeah.
you?
I enjoyed it. It's in my A tier. I first time I watched it, I liked it less than when I rewatched it. Loved the animation. It was great. It was funky, and I like that automation and shit that happened there and everything. And when she finally goes back to her quote unquote roots, uh, enjoyed that a lot. And yeah, nothing much more that I can say that you guys said there. Just enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think that I want to add, since this was like kind of far to me, Good Hunting. It wasn't one of the first episodes. I kind of stopped talking about it, but transhumanism is all over the place with this series. Like in every episode,
Hmm.
if not
Yeah,
all,
true.
it's there. So like you'll see in some other reviews that I have. I will talk more about that, but it was one of the like crucial parts of that episode. She found herself again through technology and modifying her body and getting. At first, it was against her will because she got captured and sawed off her legs, and then I thought it was only that, but it was more than that. Then, like, he completed the work so that she could be again who she really wanted to be. And I found that inspiring, disgusting, and scary at the same time. Go figure out.
Yeah, because it's new stuff. I mean, it's something that maybe is closer than we think in our society. But when you look at it, you can't help but feel, a bit curious, but also a bit afraid of what it, you know, might lead to.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. I think we could go to the next one. The dump.
Oh.
I want to hear your views on this one.
It's a funny story, with a good message, but nothing more. It just feels, a bit normal. I don't like have a lot of stuff to say about it. There's like good animation and stuff, but I think they should have put more effort on this, more effort in the story, like they did on the animation of that hanging dick at one point. I think it would have made it better.
I'm not gonna lie,
Because
I didn't write much for it, and it doesn't have a score that is very flattering, and not many other episodes did worse. So prepare yourselves. It
not
starts
many. Okay.
it starts with another day, another eviction. To me, that's a great start, but it didn't last very long. They like nudity a bit too much. It's a cool concept, cool message. 5 out of 10.
Okay, fair enough.
Which,
Same for me. It's a C tier. I enjoyed it, but that's where it ends. like I'm not gonna rethink. Like when I think of the show, I don't think about this one as being like a god tier.
Yeah, let's
yeah.
move.
Next one is Shapeshifter.
Oh god.
Can I take
Go
the
Yeah.
ahead.
lead?
Go ahead.
Take the start.
This is my worst one.
It is so bad.
I cannot stand it. I think maybe Jackie liked it.
We'll see, we'll
No,
see.
but your
Continue.
worst one, I'm actually like right now, I'm very surprised. But yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's my worst one. I find it so corny. I find it like it's like you know what they wanted to do, right? They wanted to talk about racism and shit, and I don't know. It just doesn't hit. I don't know what to say. It's so bleh. like and even the animation is not that great. I find it's like that's weird to me, right? Because they did like Beyond the Aquila Rift, At the Limit, Sony's Edge, The Secret War, where I find it's like photorealism, and And I don't
which
know. It's
they
just
that was their line. It's really realistic. Like if you watch it in a still frame, but once it starts moving, ooh,
uh, yeah. So yeah, I didn't like it at all. And it's my worst one. Like there's we'll talk about there's a couple that are not far away off there, but if not, I like I said, I don't like it at all.
go ahead, Jackie.
Um, I just want to bounce back on that thing about racism that you talked about. I think at one point there's like a there's a group of people in the soldiers that look at one of the shapeshifters and they're being mean to him, whatever. And I remember there was like one black guy in the group, and I was like, man, that man wouldn't do that. You wouldn't know how it feels. You wouldn't do
Yeah,
that. Like
man,
you
he
would
would have
understand.
the empathy,
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, um,
especially
I was
that
not a fan.
language, man. Like it's the same shit
Yeah,
current
exactly.
people
So I
go
was like,
through.
right, you wouldn't say that. You wouldn't do that. Anyway, like to me, it just looked like CGI trailers for video games. At first, I thought that the plot seemed interesting, but it just ended up being an average revenge story with no true meaning or message. There was nothing satisfying about the events or the fighting or what happened. It feels devoid of emotions. I think it would have been like interesting to build up the same premise and to focus more on the antagonist shapeshifters to realize in the end that the true antagonist was like the commander treating them like animals. But they didn't do that. Like they did like the final fight was between the two shapeshifters, which was weird. Um, I don't know. I didn't like that episode. It's not my like the one that I like the least, but it's not very high. It's in my D tier.
Rating
So yeah,
out of
Me
5 out
too.
of 10.
Yeah, go
yeah.
ahead.
Okay, you don't want to say it. It was just
No,
D
no,
tier.
no,
Okay,
no.
me no.
Oh,
Oh,
I
okay.
thought you were gonna say it.
Yeah, I thought also because I didn't give out like marks. Like to me, this would be like a two or
Oh, okay.
close to a one.
Okay. Because every time when you said a score out of 5 or out of 10, you translated it from the tiers.
Ah, okay. So yeah, well, if it's in the D tier, it's like a 2 out of 5.
No, no. What I'm saying is that it's my bad. I thought that you did both, but every time you did the effort, the extra effort to translate it on the fly. So that's why I thought you had it on your hand.
Ah, okay. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah, no
no.
problem. So for me, it's gonna be rough. So that's how it started for me. Oh no, American soldiers in the Middle East. That starts really bad. Furry army bros. That's comment number 2. Comment number 3. Nul à chier. And that's in French because it was so bad I had to say it in French, which means it's so bad it's like shit. It's shit. It's absolute shit, bro. And then in quotation marks, I might be an animal, but I'm done wearing your leash. That was the best line in all of the episode, which had that, you know, that kind of discourse I wanted to have. And then the very last one, not enough anti military discourse, 4 out of 10. So that's my
Yeah,
take.
I can get behind that. I pretty agree with that. I mean, I don't have a lot of stuff to say, but I'm honestly I'm surprised because I thought the two brothers, um, you know, taking care of each other and everything. I thought that you would like it, Momo, and Kyle. I don't know. I thought you had shittier taste, so respect for that.
I have shittier taste.
He
I
thought,
thought
he
you had
thought.
shittier taste.
Nah, yo, this shit was garbage. I hated it. It was just yeah, I'm a fucking wolf. Shut the fuck up. You know, like it's just
Yeah.
like it's such a shitty attempt to comment about racism, and then they put two white fucking dog dudes, furry boys. Like, anyway, that
Well,
I
I'm very
don't.
glad.
I don't even want to talk about it. I don't like it.
Actually, you know what I think it is? I think it's because when we talked, briefly about this series, you were like, "Oh, I rewatched one, and the first time I didn't like it, and the second time I liked it." And previously you had mentioned like the Secret War, and since the two were similar in the art style, I thought maybe that's the one. Maybe that's the one you liked the second time. So I
No,
was,
no, 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 no.
well, that's great.
And we move next.
All right. Next one, Fish Night.
Ooh, Fish
Fish
Night.
Night.
Go ahead.
So all right, so Fish Night is in my B tier, so not that bad. I enjoyed the art style, but even more like all the colors that they were using in the second half of the episode when everything appears. Um, I think this is one of those stories, like when I asked you about the show, I was like, is it more like plot based or is it more like a vibe based? And you said, well, it depends on the episodes. And this one to me looked more like about emotion and atmosphere than dialogue and plot. Nevertheless, like I think that there's a message behind it all, um, and I appreciate that it's not like sugar coated. The father and son being stuck somewhere and finding a way to escape that ultimately incites the son to put himself in arms. It reminded me of uh, Icarus.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys know about the Great Tale of Icarus.
not the
Not like the movie that
documentary.
we
Yeah.
reviewed. Yeah, not the documentary, but the Greek Tale of Icarus. So I think what would have made this episode better is like a deeper exploration of the father and son relationship. I think it would have given. I, I can't believe I wrote that in my notes, but I wrote it would have given the episode more fuel.
Oh, knowing that if you
Oh
guys
God!
watch the episode, they were stranded in the desert because they had no more fuel slash the engine
God,
broke down.
I don't know if I did that. I probably did that on purpose when I wrote my notes. I'm such a great guy. Okay, it would have made it a bit more special. So yeah. You guys get, yeah. So what do you think about that, Kyle?
I enjoyed it. Let me just go check. I forgot what I put it in.
Episode 12 for me.
It was episode
Episode.
12 for you. Okay, so it was
Uh,
relatively in the same, I put it in C.
okay.
Um, it was good. I enjoyed it. It's nowhere. It's like if to me, it's like the dump. It's like again. I think I did see the similarities. When him swimming up and everything, and it was just like it was cool visually. I really liked it. I like the I even like the animation, if even if it's like a bit like laggy, if I can
Yeah,
describe it as
yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoyed it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I think that I would have enjoyed it more if it went deeper. Like they could have talked more, said something more interesting. Like
Get a little bit more personal.
exactly.
To me, Fish Night, I wrote cell shading 3D animation. I like it. It reminds me of my childhood because many of our games on the PS2 and GameCube had that style. It must have been nice back then, swimming around without a care in the world. That's a thing I'd say, lol. That's what I wrote. when the when everything turns to shit and all, and the dad's like, "Yo, you know what? There's that random thought that crossed my mind," and I say it out loud, and I was like, "That line of thought is exactly something that I would say in that situation." Dramatic reminds me of Junji Ito's work. 7 out of 10. So just like you guys, not too good, not too bad.
Okay,
But
like enjoyable.
yeah,
Like it's just,
more
and
on the
that's what
good
I like.
side. More on the good side.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I like about this is that it's even if it's okay, it's just it's they're so short that it's like it's not like you feel like you wasted time, like that's what I find sometimes you get when you watch a shitty movie or something, you're like insulted a bit because they're like, fuck,
You
I wasted
wasted
two
my
hours
time. Yeah.
But this is like whatever, it's 5, 10 minutes, boom, you're out, except for
Yeah.
shapeshifters, fucking trash shit, and I watched it twice.
Oh.
For the homework. For the
Okay.
culture. Let's
I
move
think
on.
we. How about the next one? Helping hand.
Oh my god. I want to talk about that one.
Go ahead.
So, The Helping Hand. Episode 11 for me. Very
Okay.
simple. Better than Gravity. 8 out of 10. And adds an extra point since it was to the point with no obscenity. So 9 out of 10.
You
That's my
gotta
full
chill,
review.
man.
That's my
What
full
about
review.
it? Oh man.
Yeah.
Dude sees a naked woman and takes down like 2 points. Like, what the fuck is this?
Bro, what did you say? Naked what?
All
Naked
right. So,
both. I don't care, bro.
yeah, okay. All right. I'll go next. But yeah. I think I like the title, Helping Hand. I just I don't know. I think the pun at the end of the episode, it was just, it was simple, it was predictable, but I just enjoyed it. Um, you get a lot of empathy, I think, for that episode. All to me, like I felt a lot of empathy for the astronaut because the sacrifice that she has to make is very hard, and it's the animation makes it look so painful when you look at her
Hmm.
arm just being drained out of the blood and just getting all blue. So yeah, it was great. I think it was a great use of physics notion. So
Yes, I was waiting for you to talk about that part.
yeah, it's they use
Have you ever
the
seen The Martian?
I
I've seen
haven't.
The Martian. Yes,
How do you, without going any spoiler territories, if people haven't seen it, how do you compare with what happened at the end of The Martian?
I think it was way better in that episode because
Like,
the end of The Martian is a bit far fetched to say the least. But still funny. I mean, who
yeah,
doesn't want to be like Iron Man?
exactly, exactly.
But yeah, so it was a bit more believable in that episode. I really liked. It's such an horrible scene. She has to like take off her arm, and she can't even cut it. She has to like to rip it off. So,
Yeah, that's. Ugh.
The way it dislocates is so
mm,
realistic. The way you see the bone move into the
yeah,
flesh, right? I
yeah,
was really impressed. I was really like, oh god, this is
yeah,
gory as
and it,
fuck. You don't need a lot of blood. You just need these kinds of shit.
yeah, it was well done. Like you said, it didn't have to be gore and anything. It was just horrific, as it was. And all the more tragic it was. All of this started with what's it called, like this nail coming out from outer space, almost like from like something almost godlike, like a far force from the universe just sending her this bad luck. And now, like, there you go, you piece of shit, deal with that. And then she just get fucking thrown off the station. And you think for a moment that she's done, but I mean, when it's time to survive, you do what you have to do.
But
So
that,
yeah,
that it's
it's not.
not only like resolve, right? It's also intelligence. Because
Yeah.
I don't think I would have thought about that. I think I would have accepted my death.
Yeah, but even if you think about it, you still have to do it, and it just I don't know if in that situation I don't know if I would be able to do it. Just like rip my arm off and use it as a tool for momentum.
I mean,
I wouldn't even have think of that. I would have just went like,
fuck.
oh well, I guess I'm fucked.
The same thing, Kyle. But if I did think of it, I would have done it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I would sacrifice my hand in a heartbeat to save myself. But it's just like it's just I would have been so like almost like depressed about
Of
floating
course.
and going and so there's a couple things I don't want to get too deep into that, but that scared the ever like it scares me to death, and it's when you're like on a boat in the middle of the ocean at night and you see the water passing and you're like, if I fall, that's it. I'm gonna just be floating there alone and like in like nothingness, right? While
Mm.
a boat just fucking end. But what's even scarier is there in space and just letting go, and you won't stop. Your body's not gonna fucking stop. Like in the water, like you can start fucking swimming. This is just you have no control over nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're just and that's so scary. So when it happened the first time, I was just like, oh shit, crying, and then when she did, yeah, I enjoyed it. Me, it's A tier.
It was amazing. Absolutely.
All right, I think
Yeah.
we can go to the next one.
Yep.
Alternate histories.
Oh, who wants to go first?
All
I
right.
think
So alternate histories. It
Jack,
starts. Oh yeah. Sorry. Did,
Jackie, go
did
ahead.
you want
No,
to?
no,
All
I
right.
wanted to say Jackie, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So the episode is very funny at first. I was just thinking, okay, maybe this is going to be interesting, and it quickly becomes repetitive, and I just didn't like it. At first, I thought, okay, this is going to be interesting, and just like so rapidly, I just changed my mind. I was like, oh no, this is going to be shit, and it just, it's all over the same during the whole episode. There's like interesting interpretation of different timelines, but overall, like whatever. I don't think there's much to propose in that episode. Like I don't have a lot of notes about it. It's just like a few notes, like a few lines. My bad. So yeah, it's in my D tier. It's not one of the worst. Well, no, actually, it's one of the worst.
See? Okay.
uh, yeah. So yeah, that's all I have to say about it. I didn't really like it.
I
Go ahead,
agree.
Kyle.
I agree with everything you just said. I think the beginning is funny. I think the first joke, I was like, "Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna like this one." And then the second kind of death, quote unquote, I was like, "Okay, funny." And then it was just like, okay. And I was starting to look at the time. I'm like, okay, I stopped, and it's not a long one. And it's just like I find the ending ruined it, right? It was just like it became so fucking absurd. I think they could have kept it low key, like relevant,
Yeah.
but still put some. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's that. I don't have anything much to say about that. It's in my D tier.
Mm,
That was my before last episode. I
okay.
said super premise. Bruh, they really made 6 what if scenarios of Hitler's death. Kurt Gesagt art style.
Yeah, true.
And then Tabarnak, we can't have good things in life, which is a very bad word from the place I'm from. Blue Screen of Death was really appreciated. 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. God
Uh,
damn.
yeah, I just think it was very repetitive, but that's like my main thing. But like I said, I think it's just that I saw potential and I found that I was disappointed by it, right? So
Yeah, because if absurd and if it were like not real scenarios but something like more believable, I think it would have been like really funny if they had worked a bit on it and not just come up with whatever shit they had in mind. But yeah, like that's like my
You
thoughts on it.
never wanted to see Hitler die of asphyxiation of jello?
Nah, man. You see, like, what the fuck is this?
Or
mm,
even worse, the one after that? But I think Kyle is going to lead us to the next episode.
Yeah, let's go.
next one, Lucky 13, which was not on the 13 episode.
To me, it
Which is like,
was.
yeah, it's a shame. It's a
Ah,
shame. You got lucky.
I was like, yo, I'm gonna add a point for that. But
how about you,
yeah,
go Momo?
let's go. I said, I fucking hate the army. The CGI seems to be applied to filmed real people, just like many other episodes. The animations feel very real. Very nice air combat. I have never seen flares used as a weapon. Awesome. Climax and the end are absolutely horrendous. 5 out of 10.
Horrendous. Okay, okay. I get it. I get it. It's not like I don't know if you're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Well, it's not one of my favorite ones. It's like in my C tier. It's not a grandiose story, but I think there's something worth telling about the whole make your own luck thing. So I mean, it was enjoyable. And like you said, there was some very nice animation during the pursuit, and I don't know. I think the dynamic of it all was well realized, but it's not like amazing. It's okay. It was nice, but nothing very memorable about that episode.
Same thing for
So
me.
yeah.
C tier is just I didn't hate it. It was just the ending I found a bit cheesy there, but like you said, I did like the little I know it's 13 and everything and fuck superstition. I'm gonna make my own luck. But if not, I think it's a forgettable one.
No,
And we
Mhm.
move.
I agree on that.
That's where I'm at. Okay, next one. Blind spot.
Blind spot, blind spot. Where
The
was it?
cyborgs. How about you go, Momo?
Okay, I got it. Episode 15 for me. 2D animation, let's go. Oh no, it's 3D. That's what I wrote. The guard soldier helmet looks a little bit like Potemkin from Guilty Gear, and I found that very funny. If you guys don't know what he looks like, I'm gonna try and send you guys a gif of Potemkin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there
Because
you
I
go.
never heard of him, but yeah.
Here is Potemkin in the chat. Um, let's move on.
Ah, I see. Yeah. Ooh.
Mind backups before every session, before every mission. Did I say it explored transhumanism? Well, it's not that good, sadly. 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I think for me it's a D tier. I think it was one of the weakest ones. I don't think it's as bad as Shapeshifter, but I don't think it's that far behind. Again,
Exactly. To me, it's a point above Shapeshifter.
okay, you see me, it's the other way around, but fair enough.
Okay, okay.
How about you, Jackie?
Wait, what you said, Momo? You said that this one was above shapeshifters, right?
By a point, yes.
Okay, so Kyle, you agree with that since shapeshifters is like the worst one for you.
Oh, okay, yeah. I
Yeah.
guess I didn't understand it. Yes.
Okay, yeah. All right. So yeah, to me, like it's it's not like the worst one because the worst one for me is Ice Age, but it's like the second worst one. I really didn't like it. The CGI animation looked like every bad CGI that you see in anime. Shout out to Attack on Titan season 4. Awful anime, but animation. Sorry.
Oh, look at that! Look at
Oh,
that Freudian slip!
he
Look at that
slipped.
Freud.
He
I'm gonna go
I
slipped.
said
clip
it.
that. I'm gonna go clip that.
It's on
What up?
Twitch, bro.
Yo, I said it. I was like, I'm fucking done. My life is over. Kylie's going to take that to my grave. Jesus fucking Christ. God
Awful
damn.
fucking
I had
anime.
to slip that. Oh,
Is
God.
it too late to repent? I don't know,
No,
man.
it's too late. It's too late. Man, I fucked up. I fucked up. I said that. And yes, dirt on me. Well, alright. I'll get back to that fucking episode. And you know what? You know when you shit with you do a slip like that for a shitty episode, like it just makes it worse. Oh fuck. Anyway, so there are some frame drops here and there. It reminded me of like that other episode. I don't remember which one I said. I think it was for
The farmers
what?
fighting
y-
in the
Yeah,
field.
exactly. The suits.
Yeah, suits.
Um, yeah, the plot didn't interest me at all. It was,
It looked like a
uninteresting.
Saturday cartoon that nobody watches.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I think that you're right. Yeah, it's it's those new cartoons that don't have anything interesting to offer. So yeah, nothing more to say about this one.
All right. So the last one. The last one. I'm gonna go right ahead and say it. This is my favorite one. This is
Uh,
S tier. I like it. I find it's I love it. By the way, I'll just say it. It's Zima Blue.
I was waiting for this one. Let's go.
It's it. Like the story. I love the animation. I like the music. It was just in. It's just I don't know everything about it, and it really made me think of this book called Lorsque j'étais un œuvre d'art
Hmm.
that I read, which is When I Was a Piece of Art, and it's talks about exactly that. What is it to be human and being a cyborg and all of that, and human consciousness, and it's just like all of that wrapped in into 10 minutes, not even, because if you take the credits and everything, like 8 minutes. I find it perfection.
Okay, I'll go and then Jackie.
yeah.
2D animation, let's go! I think the art style is not really my thing, mostly because of the character design. Interesting story. Transhumanism, all caps. The success wasn't enough to satisfy him. I can feel the Eastern philosophy trying to manifest itself. The advancement of AI and the advancement in the understanding of the world and the search for truth. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, fair enough,
Mm,
fair enough.
all right. To me, it's the best one. Um, the last one was the one before that one was what's it called? I already forgot the name. Blind Spot. Uh, I was very scared when I watched Blind Spot because it's like there's only one episode remaining, and if it sucks, it's going to impact a lot my views on the whole series.
Why do you watch
But
it like as a like it was continuous when you knew it wasn't?
mm, mm, what? No, but it's just I just watched in the order that they were put in on Netflix.
Yeah, yeah, I see, but why if you knew that everything is produced by X and Y people and studios and it's not related, how does it affect you since
No,
it's the
but
last one?
even though no, because even though the episodes are independent, there's a whole structure of the episode. They're not, you know, the subject matter is not random for each episode. They're all tackling similar themes, like transhumanism, for example.
You think I must see the list that I will have to go and watch the official list, but to me,
Hmm.
it was a little bit disconnected. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's supposed to be a coherent story or anything, but I agree that I think, especially for shows like that, I think there is a bit of a they choose which episode goes first, right? They don't just press upload and hope for the best, right?
Filter
yeah,
alphabetically, right?
It's like an album, right?
I
When
see, I
when you
see.
in an album,
hmm
it's like they're all different songs, but at the end of the day, some people, not me because I don't really listen to albums, right?
You
But a
did
lot of
for a
people,
podcast.
yeah, I did, and I do. It's not like I don't, but it's just it's not my kind of thing. But there's a lot of people that don't listen to just a song here and there from different artists. They only listen to albums, right? So,
I can
you know,
see it in
people.
albums. I can definitely see it. The progression, but I couldn't see it in this series because of the
No, no,
way
no.
I saw it, right?
Fair enough. Fair
Maybe
enough.
you
Fair.
guys did see that.
yeah, a bit. So it there's part of this, and there's also a part that when I look at the episodes that I enjoyed, most of them are in the first half, if I can say that. So going towards the end, it seemed to me like less and less episodes were of my liking. So I was like, if the next episode sucks, it's going to leave like a bad taste in my mouth. You see what I mean? I'm not going to feel like um I've enjoyed like the last couple of episodes. So anyway, to me, like it's my favorite one. Uh, Curiosity, it's hits very quickly in this episode. I felt very intrigued as soon as I saw like the shade of blue on the painting. I was like, okay, this is interesting. Where are they going with this? And the conclusion was great. I think it had a subtle message, and that the art style was beautiful. The animation, there's not a lot of dynamics during the whole episode, but there's enough so that you can enjoy what you're seeing. And I don't know, the theme was so powerful and well presented, and the twist at the end was um I didn't see it coming. It's not like this amazing twist, but it's a great twist. So I
Yeah,
really enjoyed
I
that
don't
episode.
think twist needs to be like like the sixth sense where you're like, oh my god,
Hmm.
it could, but I agree with you that the twist at the end was just like, oh, I was like same reaction as them, like, like, oh, the what the fuck, like this guy. I know it's just a quote unquote robot, but he was sentient, right? So he was quote unquote human. So it was just fun to see. Anyway, I don't it's hard to even put it in words. I find it's just everything of it. And you see, you hated the character animations, or didn't not hate it, but didn't like it.
I
I
said that the animation was amazing, but the character design was a style that I don't like. The
yeah,
proportions, the.
you see that's all right. There's no problem with that. But I loved it. I found it was so unique. You know what I mean? It's just like it
That's the
wasn't just
reason why I didn't like it is because I already seen it in something in the past that I hated. So that's the reason why.
what was it?
It's mostly Canadian shows that were
Is
running
it
on
is it
TV.
is it the show where they're at like a camp or something?
Yeah, 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 that one.
But you see, I didn't it Total Drama Island, and it's it's an American show there. So if people's from the U.S., I'm sure you've seen it. But you see, I like that they did that they took a fucking weird animation and they ran with it with, in my opinion, their best story. So
I have to give some time to our live viewer, Toa. He commented on this episode, the Zima Blue, which is to us. I don't know if it's the case. Would you say it's your best episode, like a favorite?
for me, yes.
Definitely.
For you, yes. I'm hesitating between this and the yogurt. Personally, I really
Uh,
liked.
Both are my S tiers.
Yeah, yeah, 10 out of 10s for me. So Toa says I was very disappointed that this was the best episode. It got me interested, but to find that the story didn't get better from that made me sad. I think he's referencing the rest of Love, Death, and Robots. It
Get
was
it?
a beautiful story, but to say that consciousness is what causes us to feel discontent, and that the only way he found to release his discontent was to revert, what takes a,
Mm.
that takes away the value of that for us is that we can't do that as human beings, from what I understand in his sentence. We're cursed to live on. I hated that we were left with this, like this message.
I I see what he means, but to me this is not the message that was left for me. To me it was more like that. We're constantly going after this this pursuit of truth, and searching for truth, and going through art to express ourselves, but to find the truth inside art. And of course we will always pursue that, but there's we don't have to get it, we don't have to obtain it, we don't have to you know get where we're aiming. You see what I mean? At one point you can find enjoyment in life by do with the simple stuff, and this is what it felt like in this episode is that the robot is smart enough to you know go bigger, always go bigger, always make better, always impress everyone. But he's able, in the end, to understand that there's satisfaction from just doing the simple task of cleaning the pool and doing it well,
To the
and that
shock
we
of
can.
the people, right? They were
Yeah.
watching and they
Mhm,
were all gasping. Oh, well, what has he done? It's
mhm.
inconceivable for them that he might find solace in something that is miniature in scope versus every time he was outdoing the previous work of art that he was doing, right?
Yeah,
I
because
also understood
he's
it
so smart.
like you.
Hmm.
I thought that it was more about the philosophy that bigger is not better, right? More, it might be actually less. What you need is to be focused, is to find your truth and find peace in it, right?
Yeah, you find your purpose. You don't have to find like the absolute truth and get. You say bigger, but it's not only bigger, it's bigger, smarter. It's always this culture of improvement, improvement.
That's
But you
what
don't always
exactly.
have to get
That's
it.
what I wanted to say.
You
Yeah,
just there's beauty in simple stuff, and there's beauty in simple work. If you're passionate about it, if you enjoy it, if you do it well.
just like that farmer meme. It ain't much, but it's honest work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Well,
but
this is like my interpretation, but I don't know what you think,
yeah,
Kyle.
same thing there. The only thing I would add, I think it's also he's seen. He was Zima, right? I think that was his name, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Zima and
Yeah,
doing Zima
Hmm.
blue things, right?
yeah, and he's like he saw it all, right? He was famous. He got it all. He was just he had everything. He became immortal. Like he's lived, hundreds of years, or I don't know how many years there, but a long last time. And he's lived through it all. He's had fame. He's had everything. But at the end of the day, I think like us, we hold our childhoods, and his childhood was
Um,
that just washing the shit there, the washing the pool. It was, and it's just like, at the end of the day, I think it, I think it can talk about a lot of stuff, but what I got from it was that he was reverting back to his childhood,
yeah, yeah,
to
you're right.
to because that's, at the end of the day, I think when you get older, you get very nostalgic of when you're young. Well, if you had a nice childhood, right? If you had a shitty one, sorry about that, but most people, right, they had pretty good childhoods, and they look back with it with fondness, right? And
Exactly.
just simplicity, right?
Everything
Yeah.
was
You're
so much more
so
simple.
much more simple, right? And your life wasn't worse because it was simple, right? It was perfectly fine, and I think
And
that's
did you
that's what he does.
understand through the story that he is like a human being reverting back to his physical
Yeah,
childhood?
yeah, exactly.
But that's what he meant, right? That we can't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, I know. I get his point of view that I see it even as a curse for us, right? Because we're doomed
Oh,
to that.
okay, okay, I see.
That's how I see it. I
So
see it that
both you and Toa agree on the fact that we're kind of cursed.
100% that we're cursed with it. When we grow older, we gain complete consciousness, and well, look, complete
Complete.
consciousness for human, right? For humans, I don't know if four-dimensional creatures or stuff like that have a higher consciousness, but for us, that's what it is. We unlock this consciousness, and we could never go back, except when you get older and you get Alzheimer's and shit like that. But nobody wants that, right? but we can't ever get back to that simpler time. It's impossible because you're there, right? When you're a child, when you're 4 years old, you don't have complete consciousness, right? Well, that's my opinion of it, right? You're like, your brain still hasn't formed. It's still not thinking exactly the way you're thinking right now, right?
They
It's
say
sim
that scientifically, physically, the human being is fully formed in his brain at the age of 25.
exactly, exactly, right? So it's
So
just like,
this is what you kind of mean by that understanding, that complete, versus in the childhood where you're not yet developed physically.
mm-hmm,
Okay. Because I just really want to define what is a complete human
yeah,
understanding.
yeah. It's it's very hard to put into words, but everybody's the I don't really have to explain it because everybody's lived through it, right? So
The shift in our vision of the world and mentalities from childhood to adulthood.
and just your comprehension, like when you're young, you don't understand 75% of what the fuck is happening around you, right? And it's through later on that you develop that 100%. And even there, sometimes it's not 100% there. It's sometimes like 90 stuff. But this Zima decides, he has the opportunity to revert back to pure child bliss. You know what I mean? And
I see.
I think it's beautiful that he does that. I don't I personally probably wouldn't do that there because I like my conscience, but I haven't lived also for 400 fucking years, and also I can't revert except if I get a mental illness, but that's not, I don't want that.
My man really went there. But okay, we understood it well. I mean, you guys really take it
Well, when I
literally.
say when I say mental illness, I'm not saying somebody that's like autistic or something. I'm saying like dementia and stuff, where it
Yeah,
affects your
yeah,
brain.
yeah. We're not talking about neurodivergent people, autism spectrum, or other kinds of things that would put you into
And
that category. We're
yeah,
mostly
exactly.
talking about, like Kyle said, some illnesses that would undo, quote unquote, the progress you made mentally in your view of the world and understanding. But to me, I find it very interesting that you guys took it so literally. Like the fact that when he said, and I unplugged myself from all the unnecessary parts and I kept only the bare minimum tech, right? To do the things that I want to do, which is clean the pool and look at the blue, identify, clean. I I think Jackie too. I think we didn't see it like physically, like
Yeah, but
mentally
it doesn't have to be,
going back to a state like that. I think we mostly were like, if you want to, right? There is definitely a way to shift your focus from what we think is the true understanding, the truth, right? That's what I meant by the search of truth. And yeah, just change your optics and change the way you experience life. I
Yeah.
think I think it's very very deep, very spiritual, right? I think you guys are thinking a little bit too much physical, but I can't fault you for that. We don't see life exactly the same
No,
way.
but exactly. I think that's the beauty of the episode is that I see it a certain way, you see it another way. It lends to your interpretation at the end of the line.
Well, it's actually an interesting interpretation about the childhood because it completely passed over my head. I didn't think about it. Now that you mention it, I'm thinking about rewatching the episode because I think it's an interesting point of view. It's not the I don't think the way I interpret the episode. I don't think it's like the way I see it, but it's I think it's an interesting way to see it because there's definitely something about coming back to the original form. Because at the beginning, that's what he was. He was a robot designed to clean the pool. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You guys have anything else to add?
Um, I'll go like with my closing statement. Um, I started watching it, and it just like sucked me in. I was absorbed by the the imagery, by the stories. Like you said, some were bad, but some were very good, and most of them were good. So it was really very enjoyable. It was different of what we usually watch and see, in series and even in movies. So I really like that part. Um, these episodes, like my top three episodes, are what's it called, Zima Blue, The Witness, and When the Yogurt Took Over. Like these are my favorite episodes.
Same.
And yeah, I see your list. Yeah, it's the same. So I don't know. I think like for those episodes alone, it's worth watching. It's such a great show. There's a lot to tell. There's a lot to show. There's a lot of action, all over these episodes. So yeah, I'm really glad that you recommended it, and I'm
Season
very
two.
excited for season two. Yeah,
Season two tomorrow.
yeah.
Oh
So
boy.
so Momo, get your seatbelt on and get ready to see some boobs.
I don't wanna.
There's only 8 episodes on this one, not 18.
I mean,
So
it was a good experience. I was very angry at the beginning at you guys for recommending me that series because I really didn't think I was gonna be in for that sort of stuff. But in the end,
thank God that we finally gave up on that movie that I wanted to do there, 365 days, because
Oh god, yeah, you
you
would
would have hated it. I mean, I hated it too. It's the worst movie I've ever seen in my life, but
thank God you dropped it.
I don't want to. I don't want to torture you guys that much.
So yeah, my top three was When the Yogurt Took Over with a 10 out of 10 score. And then it was, what was it called? Zima Blue, 10 out of 10 also. And it was a equal position between Helping Hand and Secret War with 9 out of 10s. I really
Ah,
enjoyed those episodes, and for that, I think it wasn't worth it, like to watch all of it, but it was an experience, and I'm glad I had it. So thanks for the recommendation.
Perfect. Damn. So yeah, again, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Uh, I'm glad you get to see some a bit of nudity and experience. No, I'm kidding with you, but I'm glad you guys enjoy it. I I think again, it's such an interesting format because really not used to it. So and again, I'm excited for season two. I'm hope that all 8 episodes are good and that none are shitty like fucking shapeshifter.
Maybe less is more. Maybe less is more. I hope
We'll
so.
see. We'll see.
yeah. With the
Okay.
20 minutes episode, I think you have a larger margin for nudity scenes.
I have no problem with nudity. I need to sign up for it, and I was not ready. I was not expecting it.
Oh yeah, my dude. Gotta be real. At any time of the day, you gotta be ready for that.
There's a reason why I cleanse my timeline. Like when I went in back in the day. Whoa, that was such a long time ago. In public transports, and I was opening up Twitter. It was a nightmare, bro. It was a nightmare. I was becoming all red in my face. I was like, yo, what the fuck? My friend really liked and retweeted that. I am done. I hope nobody saw this. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. That's what I
Yeah, I
mean.
get you. I get you.
I didn't expect it. I didn't sign up for it. That's the problem with it. But I have no problem with what we have. I'm not denying what we humans have, you know.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
So yeah, I'm I'm kind of done critiquing and defending myself on that point. It was a nice time. It was a great episode 19. And for episode 20, what's gonna be the homework?
Um, I think I'll go with my homework. I thought about giving you guys the last Ghibli movie that I absolutely want you to see, but I want to keep waiting because maybe it will come in handy when I have nothing else to propose. So I'll I will not go with that one. Instead, I will go with a movie called The Farewell.
I
Ooh,
heard about it, but I never seen it.
I'm gonna rewatch it.
Because I think there's some interesting conversation to have with this one, and I don't know if you guys have a secret topic or something, but I think we could go with something related to that because there's going to be a lot of conversation around that movie.
The
Yeah.
Yeah.
farewell. You
So
seem
yeah,
very confident in its themes. I can't wait.
I
I
I I have I, you know when sometimes you can tell that somebody's gonna enjoy something
Yeah, yeah.
or not enjoy, but I think this movie's gonna is is
Connect.
connect. You're gonna connect with it.
I bet so. You know me well.
Yeah, I think you're gonna enjoy it, and I'm gonna rewatch it because I anyways, we'll talk about it when the for next episode.
It's been 2 hours and 8 minutes that you have spent with Jackie, Kyle, and myself. I am eternally grateful for you guys sticking with us, listening to our critique of love, death, and robots. I wish you guys a great evening, night. Eat well, sleep well, drink lots of water, and see you next time.
Hey, ciao, ciao.
Jackie!
oh yes, yeah, I thought you had cut already. See ya, guys.
Bye bye!
Bye.